Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Tasman's Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 12 from the ground up. Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful. So in the last episode, we left, and I was like, I don't know what these are. After I got off, I realized these are actually like their site, especially once I saw these that, each of these are the center. I don't know exactly what it is that turned it on and off, but we're going to see if we can figure it out together. My guess is since it has to do with sight or vision, maybe if we came under configure controls and typed VISION, maybe? Oh, look at that, vision rings. R. Okay, I remember why I pressed R. I thought this was also pressing R toggles the HUD. So let's try it. R. Boom, gone. Perfect. Okay, so in this episode, I was thinking of some useful things that we could actually be doing that can help GMs with the game. And one thing I came up with that would be a good idea is something to get maps. I mean, right now, if we go, I don't think I have. Do I have any maps right now? I don't remember if I do. I think I just have a bunch of blanks. So, and ones that I made myself. So that definitely is not what we want. So we're actually going to enable another module that I find very handy. So at the very beginning of this, was it the series of talking about? I don't remember where it was, but we talked about Forgotten Adventures. Really, really awesome site. They have a boatload of mods, not mods, but tokens and all kinds of stuff that they give you for free. And then if you want, where you have lots of variants of it and lots of variant colors of it and stuff, then if you're a Patreon, which I think is like 13 or so bucks a month, you can actually get access to a lot more. And they also have battle maps, lots and lots of battle maps. Not quite as many are free, but there are a decent amount that are free. And so that's what we're going to enable. Now, one thing about this, it's called FA Battle Maps. Let's just type this BAT because it might be linked to something though. Actually, Maps Forgotten Adventures. When you're going into your modules though, is actually called FA Battle Maps. So when we do this, actually I also have the battle map importer, but that's different. This is going to ask us to enable two things. One is called Tagger and one is called Monk's tiled triggers or something like that. So there you go. Active tile triggers. We will be going over these. Maybe we'll go a little bit over them. Matt, just to give you a quick idea. So Tagger is a library, so there's not a lot we can do with that necessarily. But Monk's active tile triggers is kind of what the region features that they put into Foundry were before they actually put that in. So there are lots of different things you can do. I haven't used them a ton. And to be honest, I haven't even used the Forgotten Adventures battle maps in my Foundry very much either, because I already have a ton of maps, and a lot of times I'm running pre-made adventures, which already come with their maps. So some of this stuff, as usual, we'll be learning together. By the way, that reminds me, let's check really quick. Comments. Always got to check the comments. I think I did actually get one from the last episode. So last episode was 52. Actually, that might not have been this one though. That might have been AI Dungeon. I got 151. I like your videos. Thanks for making them. From Haggart. Yeah, I guess so. However, I would like to say once again. Oh, actually, it wasn't this one. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at these, and like I said, we will kind of be learning some of these together. The additional features. I use just a few features out of many mods. Then those are the ones I show you, hopefully to make you want to learn more about them. So we're going to hit save. Let our world reset. or reboot, and then we'll talk about this. All right, so as I've said, our world so far, all the maps that we've done so far aren't even maps. Like this is just a blank scene. Our other one's a blank scene. And then I believe we actually started making, like our temp one here is one where we use the dungeon draw to make one. And that's our main scene. I don't even know which ones we have anymore. And then we have a regions one. This actually was a map, wasn't it? Yes, we do have a map, a world map. So where you find this is if you go into your scenes. Now at the very bottom, you'll see this little button called FA Battlemaps. Before we do that, let's go look and see what options there are. I don't ever set anything, so I don't know specifically what there are. There it looks like there's 4. So we have the Open Assets Downloader. So that is basically the same thing as when we click the maps on the other thing. We'll show you that. Download high quality maps. By default, everything's 100 DPI. Choose high quality. They'll be 200 DPI, which means basically they're going to be double the size. Show button on scene directory tab. That's the one that I was just showing you. And then this is where it's going to download the maps too, right off of your, I think it's the data folder and then FA maps. So there you go. Not a ton to do there. There is going to be more with the monks one though. So if we go there now and go to our FA battle maps, you'll see it pulls up that same thing we have. And it has lots of little options here that we can actually choose between what type of map we want. Free maps, you'll see there's a decent amount of free maps that they give you. I mean, all of these are free maps that they'll just let you have for free, which, you know, hats off to them. It's really awesome. I do have the Patreon with them and have been loving it. Just boatloads of tokens and stuff. So let's say, for example, I don't know if I really can do much here. Let's see, is there maybe a hideout? A free hideout. There we go. We got 2 free hideouts. So you have the option here to preview. And if you do that, you can get like this little preview. You can click it, opens in a new window to show you the map. You can, you know, just standard stuff there. Close that out. You also have go back to the gallery. Then you can download it. So when we click download, it will simply say that it's loading. It will show you all the stuff that it's actually loading for it. So as you can see, there's actually quite a bit of stuff in here that make up it. And now that that's done, we can confirm. And now you see we have the Red Brands hideout here. And if we load this, you'll see it actually has lots and lots of stuff with it. You can see we have these little, I think those are just not those, tiles. Nope, not tiles. But if we go, you can see it's already walled off. We have all our our walls in there. I was gonna say map. It's also got lighting in it, so you can see that lighting's already been included in it. So it's ready to go just like that. You just set it up and go. You drag some tokens on there, and boom, you're moving really quickly. Very nice. Actually, this one does have sounds in it. I wasn't 100% if there's sounds. I'm wondering, I mean, those aren't like drawings, are they? Are they just part of the map? Tile object is locked. So no, no, no. Yeah, I think these are just part of the map. And I'm not 100% sure what they mean. I know this one's telling you that right here is normally a trap. It doesn't have the trap. But yeah, normally right here there's a trap. I think this is telling you the stairs go down, which is, I guess, good. No, those actually, maybe this is saying it goes out to up. I'm not sure what all, I might have to go look at what all those little icons mean. I've never really noticed. I know that in here there is a treasure, so maybe that's what that's referring to. Down in here, was that skull and crossbones? And we have the skeletons in here. There's a combat that goes on in there. Secret doors. I might have to go see if I can figure out what those actually mean. But I think those are actually part of the map, is what it seems like. So there you go. That is FA maps. Not a whole lot to do with it. I believe some maps, probably more than likely, it's maps that are um, Patreon ones, paid ones, will actually use the Monk's active tile triggers. We can go take a quick look at that, maybe set up a trap right here. Like I said, we could do the same thing with regions nowadays, but Monk's tile triggers was the way to do that before. So let's go see. I don't think Tagger has anything because it's a simple library, but Monks, Tokenbar, active tile triggers actually has quite a few things. So show imageless tile. So if you don't have an image set, it can still show you that. Default trigger is when they enter. So this is where you have a huge difference between the regions right here, and this is, there are just way more things that can activate and trigger the tiles. The default restricted is, you know, can they automatically do it and stuff. Default control, I think that's if they can activate it and stuff. Core macro execute, allow players to use it. So I'm just seeing if there's anything that stands out that I really focus on when I do it. I don't think there is. So let's talk a little bit about it now. So what we do, if we have a tile, so we have a tile right here, and we're going to place a tile. So I'm just going to put it up. Actually, we'll put it right here. So we're going to draw. You cannot take this action. What tile? Is it because I'm paused? Let's see if it's why. Because I paused. No. What does this mean? I don't know what that means. Is it around here so we can turn? So this is actually the tile triggers as well. We can turn off all the lights, I believe. Have to be in this mode probably. And the maybe that's what it is. Animations. To be honest, I don't know what it's talking about this. I've never done that where I had that thing. While the tiles are locked, you cannot take this action while tile object is locked. Does it have to do? Oh, it's because this entire thing is a tile. That's why. So I'm going to try and actually make a trigger out here. There we go. So here's our trigger. So generally with creating tiles, you just get basically this basic information. I think the animation's also included, but triggers is what is activated by Monk's stuff. So this is going to say, you know, what tokens. So allow all tokens, what tokens are allowed to activate it, who can control it. Basically, I believe that means that who can control it would be who can, if they move on it, activates it. They don't actually necessarily come and control or modify it. But you can see that this trigger right here right now is set for enter. You can actually have multiple things. You can also say exit. You could undo the enter just by clicking it again. You could say if they move on it, if they stop within the tile, if their elevation changes, if they rotate, or if they click the trigger. And as you can see, lots and lots of things that you can set when this trigger fires. You can say whether it's allowed when it's paused or not. I think the hover over pointer is that, well, I guess you can see it right here. When I hover over, it turns into the pointer. If that is not checked, they won't be able to know that that is actually a trigger when they go over it. it'll kind of keep that hidden. Once per token, this makes it so each token can only access it once, and then it no longer works for them. This, I'm not sure what this one is, cooldown. So if there's a cooldown, obviously. But then you have your actions. This is where it really is kind of cool. So where this has the options of teleporting, doing a message, I think it has terrain and stuff. This actually can do a lot of that and then a lot more. So as you can see, when they move over and off of it, activate is deactivate. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. I still don't think we're going to be able to see it all. Well, we can actually. So you can see all these options here now. And it could also activate, to open the FQL, the Foreien's quest log, which is the guy over there. So you make it when they walk over the trigger, it does that. So it actually interacts a lot with other mods. It can assign XP, it can start an encounter. You can pause the game, which the other one has that as well. You can stop sound, you can stop token movements. So basically kind of pausing them, locking their token, change permissions, tons of stuff that you can set for that. Then you can actually say, what is this actual entity? So we can click on this and, then click on, I need something to trigger it, I guess. Make it close. Oh, I just closed it itself. Made it invisible again because of that was, what was it? Where triggers? I think it was this one. We must have where was that? Active. I don't remember which one it was now. So anyway, let's go back in here and look at more of these. So selecting the entity, this is saying I'm gonna click it on the screen. This is saying that it's a use this very tile. So that would be itself. This one would say use entities within the triggering tile. So if there's entities in there, and then this one right here says use actions, current location, and then this is using tagger, which is part of the other one. Its current state is deactivated. You can activate it. You can set it so it toggles, and you can do your previous action. If we go ahead, let's leave it on that. We'll set it to activate, deactivate. Current, it'll be that. So if we hit update now we can actually see this is what the thing is. So a neat thing about this is you can actually set up kind of a trigger chain. So it kind of goes down the chain as it goes. Come back in here, edit it if you want, delete it. Then you can also set the image for it. So you can have images for this tile as well. So I wasn't really planning on doing a lot on this, but kind of just a little bit about this. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to make another one. Go back to select now. Oh, there's our trigger, I believe. Is this the one we just did? Actions, yes. So in a nutshell, I mean, we'll definitely go more in depth on that, but that's just kind of a quick rundown. Triggers are really cool. If we come in here, we can actually, is it this one? I don't remember. I know this one manually triggers it. So I think if we came up here and we click on this, right click, I think if we do this, it turns off all the lights. And then of course it's not going to turn that back on. But if we come up here, we can click on that to turn on all the lights. If we want to see these triggers, for example, lights out, we can go in here and we can go check out the triggers. This is always a good thing. If you find things that have triggers, just go look at them. So here you can see what it's doing is it's altering T2, which is probably the light set. And you can see it's deactivating lights, switching tiles, and all kinds of fun stuff. I thought there was a trigger, the trap one. Let's go turn on animation, see what that does. Actually, now they're off. Turn on animations. Does it change anything? I'm really curious specifically about these maps. This was, what was this one called? Interactables. Maybe there's already a trigger for that. Let's check. So that made a lot of these lights kind of glow. Does that mean that people can interact with it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend much time. I will do a lot more research on that, and then I'll give you guys a demo. But a lot of the region stuff kind of does that. This is just the regions on steroids. Really cool. I was wondering if it'd turn on or activate those. If I do that, does it? No, they're still there. And lights out, lights on. Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Join my Discord channel. Tell other people about my channel. Have check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins in that case. And that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.